Yo, and welcome back to talesofark. And if you're enjoying the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. But anyways, back to the final episode of Shadowkeep. I swear this is the last one. There could be more, honestly. But for now, this is the last one. I'm starting light next episode. And then I'll probably take a break. Yeah, before I start the Hive Queen. But yeah. So, this is the last lore book I'm going to read. I skimmed some of the other ones. Well, the first two sentences to see if it's about anything relevant. This one seems to be, so I hope there's no spoilers to the other one, which is funny because you guys told me the story in this game is bad and that I'm crazy for wanting to pay attention to the story and that it's nothing that great, it's nothing exciting, that you can tell the story just from looking at the environment, like, hey, this and this happened, this and this happened, and that I shouldn't bother worrying about spoilers either. So maybe I should do what you guys say and just not care about the story, honestly. But I feel like then I'll be playing without a purpose, and without a purpose I wouldn't even be playing Destiny 2 to begin with, honestly. Sure, the gunplay is fine, but the gunplay is can't be the only thing that hooks me, you know? But yeah, I like having a goal. Aside from, I guess, reaching high light level or in-game light level and then just stop playing, honestly. That would be me. Sure, I can do the raid, but I don't have the time for it and I want to put in effort. Because it takes like hours upon hours to do, apparently. Because there's guided games now. I think it has matchmaking, but I'm like too afraid it'll take like 20 hours or something. Maybe one day if I had like free time, I'll do it. But then you guys wouldn't be able to hear my voice because I wouldn't know how to record. So, yeah. But anyways, let's just read the last lore and then start Beyond Light. Oh, wrong one. So we read the Vanguard last time, Guardian and Ghost. So, read the letter from Eris. Which is a lot. Because I got curious. Because this is Prison of Elders. This is about the last word. About that one lady. And who used to sell. Who does events, right? Eva whatever. The Child of the Nine. I feel like this is the war mine. I don't know who this warlock is. I don't know who Luna's Lost is. But yeah. So, the reason I'm curious because it said my queen. Like, who is her queen? So I was like, when I said how she's so sus and all that, and that she could be, or maybe the Hive Queen found her while she was underground and spared her in exchange. In the future, Eris will help the Hive Queen, and that's how she gets the light to come back, or to get get evil guardians or Hive guardians, right? Curious. 14 pages. Oh my god. Are they long? They are long. Yeah, this probably be my last lore reading. I'm not a big reader. Well, with my mouth. In my head, I'm fine. Regarding the great disaster, my queen, we were right. It was under our noses the whole time. Something lies deep below the moon's surface, and I believe it's more important than we initially believed. It's something we may not be ready for. I found a pyramid, akin to your description. It's what we've been hunting for. Like, I'm so curious, who is her queen? Is it the Hive Queen? Or is it like some other one? The pyramid has reopened a box in my mind. Long thought locked it. Its content frightening and heartbreaking. It's forcing me to confront memories buried ages ago. People, places, vile creatures. All are rushing to the forefront of my consciousness. If it's affecting me like this, what will it do to our loved ones? Those we sworn to protect. Oh. I vividly remember the stories from that night. The sky burning green, the roar of thunder ripping through the darkness, and the Eater of Hope tearing through our ranks, Crota. The merciless Hive Prince, whose stark campaign to pursue the Traveler led to the slaughter of countless worlds, all in the name of his father Oryx, the Taken King, so he was a general, basically, in Oryx's army. I'll never forget the Vanguard failed attempt to reclaim the moon from the Hive, the great disaster. We lost thousands and needlessly, I fear we are on the verge of doing so once again. Now the Hive are spreading across the moon, perhaps mounting a defensive or some other insidious machination. We must access the inside of the pyramid by whatever means necessary to find what I believe may be the key to our battle with the darkness. It's too critical to allow the Hive to interfere. Yeah, I feel like most of the other enemy factions are like started taking over more planets, and then they'll have more like territories than us. Because right now we only have the Earth, but we do have like stations in like other planets in case things get wild, to send information back to Earth so we can send resources back to the planet to stop it. I guess we don't have that many guardians, and we don't want to thin out our resources too much and overextend and then get the ambush or cripple, or we lose assets or anything. So I guess it's understandable. This is our duty. My fate has guided me here. We will set it right. The price will be high, but the alternative is not an option. It will take the collective minds of all guardians working together to lead us to a brighter future. So she's doing this for good purpose. I'm less sus of her now. But still, who is her queen? How her queen show her about this pyramid? How are they communicating? Is she referring to her dead ghost? Imagine if she called her dead ghost queen. Regarding nightmares. Ikora, the nightmares appear to be extracted from our very psyche. Violent manifestations that wreak havoc, tormenting us with our past trauma. They tease us with a life we once knew, prying into our minds and attacking our most vulnerable points. This assault on our emotions aims to weaken us in our sense on purpose, but I will not waver. Emotion can be overcome. I don't fully comprehend the power these nightmares wield, or if they can truly be conquered, but I have yet to meet an enemy who cannot be. I cannot shake the feelings that we are being toyed with, that these nightmares are hydrants to our goal. We must not lose sight of what they are guarding. Perhaps they wish to make us question ourselves in our will to fight, to overcome. Now I live in the darkness for years, barely escaping what was left of my life. The toll it took on me to refortify myself is something I refuse to experience again. If the pyramid is indeed testing us, it will find we are more than up to the challenge. Damn, Eris not backing down from a challenge. That's her. The pyramid has also spawned another entity, one that presents a different kind of danger. It does not attempt to harm me physically. Instead, it seeks to wage psychological warfare, a battlefield I have lived on. The pyramid had the gall to bring Sai Morta before me, devoid of her corporeal form, hoping to shake my resolve. I will admit, seeing this phantom was jarring, but the pyramid underestimated my will. It was almost comforting to see her again. Nothing will break my determination. I can't allow it, not with what's at stake. Should we falter, all our work, along with our goals of existence, without strife, pain, or hardship, will cease to be. No one should have to endure what I lived through. As long as I am around, no one ever will. We cannot acquaintance. That's pretty cool, honestly. Damn, that's pretty badass. Kinda brought a tear to my eye, honestly. She's kind of like not a superhero, but like a hero in the background, like the unsung hero, you know? While Zavala is guarding the front, Eris Morn is protecting us from the back. That's pretty cool. That's kind of like what I like. I mean, that's kind of like why I like Shipmaster, Spec Ops Commander, and Arbiter. Like, sure, Chief is cool and all, and he's badass, but I feel like that's all there is to him. He's kind of just like, run and do this objective mission, you know? There isn't much more to him than that. Like, Cortana has more than Chief does. But yeah. My queen, they won't leave me alone. It was only Sai at first. Now, Vel Tarlo joins her, back to torture me. Once more, I'm forced to relive the loss of my old fire team. The screams of agony haunted me for so long, but never did I anticipate hearing their voice again. The darkness is deceptive and seeks to corrupt from within. It knows just where to strike. Terrible pain has resurfaced from a scar that I had assumed healed. Now something is scratching and clawing its way out. When we went after Crow to seek retribution for the great disaster, we knew there would be risks. We did not know it would be a suicide mission. I'm ashamed to say I never want to think about these events again. How can we move on from our past if we continue to live in it? They were the last family I had before my time in the dark. Aw, you poor thing. 6 of us went in, only I made it out. Don't forget the rest of them who didn't make it that far. Irana 3, my leader. Our first encounter consists of arguments over a piece of music I loathed. Irana was enamored with its melody and sought to convince me of its merit. Yeah, kind of like people arguing how like BTS or whatever is like so good. I'm like, I don't really care. Or rap. I'm like, I just listen to whatever sounds good. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not, in my opinion. If I like the music, I like the music. If I don't, I don't. Her unequivocal honesty in the face of dissenting opinion led me to pledge my total devotion and trust to her. I will hum the tune quietly to myself in the dark to stave off the madness that was consuming me. Damn, she went through so much. Our Titan, Vale, was the first to fall. I mourn him to this day and think of his courage in time of despair. We should all be so valiant in the face of overwhelming odds. Today, I will need his example more than ever. Sai's knives were as sharp as her wit. She laughed in the face of danger. Now the same laugh that I heard countless times and that once brought me great comfort rings painfully in my memory and triggered nothing but anguish. How I wish I could amend that. She deserved more. Poor Omar was skeptical. I can't wait to get to Tolan. Was skeptical to our chances. Yet his bravery endured even as his light was pulled from him by the Hive wizard. The heart of Crota. Few possesses the fortitude required to press on when all hope seems lost. He has imbued me with the strength to weather the coming storm. And you know Tolan, the Shattered. The mad warlock who knew more than he let on. I had my doubts about him in the past, but time changes perspective. I now respect his dedication to learning the ways of the darkness and surviving despite them, much as I had. Wait. I thought she said how many went in? 6 of them went in. Oh. So that is what's the word? Is it left tuning? No. Misleading. So 6 of them went in. Only she made it out. And from what I know, Tolan didn't die. So Tolan is still in there somewhere. In the darkness. I wonder, do we get to meet him later? Because during the Shadowkeep, she's like, Tolan's shadow is nightmares talking to me, and he's not even dead yet. So yeah, so there's 2 of them that's still alive out of the 6. So I wonder if we meet him later. So it's a crazy guy who dipped his toes into the darkness. By confronting me with my lost fire team and stirring up memories so painful, I feel like that was just enrage her and make her mad. The nightmare only confirms my earlier assumption. I feel that they are trying to distract us. Regarding Omnigo, Will or Crota, I always joke that Omnigo was like Crota's wife or something. Cause she's like always like, she's so fanatic about him. And she constantly keeps coming back. My queen, Omnigo, the monster Crota, sycophantic zealot, mother to Crota's hell spawn. What? Is she just a... She's just a breeding bed for Crota? Wait, I don't think hives have sex, right? Or reproduce that way. That's weird to think about, honestly. Pretty creepy. I would assume they reproduce like bugs. Okay, let's get that thought in my head. I was thinking like, so does she just lay eggs and then Crota just, you know, what's the word? Activate the eggs? Is that how that works? And that's how he makes his army? Is that how the Hive make their army? Or do they just spawn out of existence with a summoning circle? Murderer of my friend's side, Omnigo wrought terror throughout the stars and brought about the loss of countless lives. She was ultimately defeated by a brave fire team of guardians, who drowned out her screams with a maelstrom of bullets and vengeance. Now her wettest shriek pierces my ear once again. The pyramid is playing its cards and going all in, as Cayde 6 would say. Oddly, I find myself thinking of him more now that he is gone. I suppose I've grown closer to the Guardians and the Vanguards than I realized. If the pyramid is dragging the nightmare of Omnigo into the fray, it tells me one thing: we are getting closer. I am aware that these nightmares are not truly what they represent, but the mind can be fooled, even momentarily. If those moments lies all the destructive power the darkness hopes to exploit. I fight back, but the nightmares grow stronger. I worry how long I can bear the weight of the pyramid places upon me. These memories seek to tear me apart, my queen, and the familiar pang of weariness rings its ugly head. I will do my best, knowing it will not always be enough. For now, I assume the worst is yet to come. Regarding the hidden swarm. My queen, Crota's minions emerge once more. The hidden swarm that previously served Crota has banded together once again, leaderless but not purposeless. Are they trying to bring him back? The energy emanating from the pyramid has apparently attracted the undesirable attention. If I am struggling to understand this potential, I wonder where the hidden swarm has even scratched the surface. Nonetheless, the pyramid arrived on the moon well before Guardians set foot here, and remained unseen by us for eons. I spent years trapped in the Hellmouth, and all while this force was buried beneath me, hidden by the Hive. If only I had known. How long has the hidden swarm been experimenting with the pyramid's power? Okay, so, because I said that the pyramid was seeping into the swarm, but it was the swarm seeping into the pyramid and using its power. But then it seems to me that the witness managed to take over because it managed to hijack our ghosts. So, how long has the hidden swarm been pyramid? For all Hive's effort, they fortunately do not seem to have succeeded in penetrating the pyramid's wall. Oh no, they didn't even manage that far. Now that the pyramid has activated, I sense a certain desperation in the hidden swarm. The Hive are frenzied. Their ritual and the appearance of Crota's daughter, Hashladon, suggests that either... Oh, she was probably the leader. Suggests that either the hidden swarm is seeking leadership, or it's so malleable that anyone desiring an army might claim it. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe what I said the first time was correct, that the pyramid was seeping into the swarm. Because it seems to be like the dominant figure within the Hive right now. Well, at least on the moon right here. We cannot underestimate the hidden swarm. I knew far too well what kind of damage these Hive are capable of. Too many victims have fallen to their bloodlust. I lost too much because of them. I lost my ghost. I lost my eyes. They assumed me beaten, but they were wrong. I used their own dark magic against them, surviving and learning their tricks. I know where they are weak. A place only mentioned in whispers, the catacomb. It is there that the unknown shadow lurks, performing the most deprived ritual imaginable. Should some malleable force rise from the darkness to guide them, I shudder to think what this brood could achieve. This must never be allowed to happen. The Hive may have suffered a momentary loss and could attempt a retaliation, but now is our time to strike. No more distractions, we must get inside. Regarding the spread of nightmare. Man, my voice. It's spreading. The nightmares have begun propagating on celestial bodies well beyond the moon. Is the pyramid power growing, or have we simply overlooked how far its reach extends? Neither answer will provide much comfort. The plague of nightmares continues to grow as the pyramid exerts its influence. We may not be able to defeat the distraction, but Vanguard support in suppressing this mounting threat could be of great use. We can provide a distraction of our own while I focus my attention where it is most desperately needed, uncovering the secret inside the pyramid. I sense there could be a greater danger lurking in the darkness, and the pyramid may just be our key to stopping it. Every moment that goes by, we become more vulnerable and our allies further in danger. I fear for my friends. This is a price we must pay. However, if we are to ensure a brighter future for us all, we will have to endure the darkness to endure a darker present, but if they are trying to break me, they will have to try harder. Regarding Fogoth the Untamed, who came back again. My queen, Abomination, the Untamed. Spawn of Crota, that's what we call them. Fogoth was a creature bred for one purpose, destruction. The hidden swarm kept this ogre alive, through foul ritual of rebirth. See? The Hive. Chained up in summoning pit, its unnatural existence a reminder of the threat the swarm poses. Yet seeing its visage has sparked an unexpected emotion within me, pity. I too know the pain of having to lead an existence you no longer want. The monster should have died and been forgotten. Instead, it had to live a life of indentured servitude. Sometimes I feel the same. Through duty is my oath and privilege, I can't help but feel trapped by the endless cycle of fight. Will it be worth it in the end? Will I ever know peace? I guess it's kind of like revenge. Will you feel comfort after getting it? Or would it have been better just to forget and forgive? Forgive and forget. Perhaps unless it's like your sole purpose, and this is it for you, honestly. Like if you had a singular objective in life, and this is what you live for, and you found purpose in living for that reason, I guess that could be satisfying, but in a way it could also be really sad. I guess that's how she's seeing it. Perhaps the nightmares are weighing on me more than I ever care to admit. As these thoughts flooded my mind and cloud my judgment, even still I remain steadfast in our mission. My queen, your endless support drives me, and for that I am thankful. Who is your queen? Regarding Tanyx the Scar. My queen, loyalty to the highest bidder is no loyalty at all. The fallen mercenary Tanyx, the Scar has appeared. It is a nightmare. I believe though it is hard to say with Tanyx. He was assumed defeated by Guardians during the Searat conflict. Although he has come back from the dead so many times I feel somewhat uncertain. All I am sure is that the nightmare are growing stronger. They challenge my fortitude in a way I haven't experienced since my time in the Hellmouth. Tanyx has changed in many respects over the years. He has enlisted technology of fallen, vexed, human to alter himself out of necessity. He's a survivor, much like myself. Never in all my years did I ever think I would waver in my opinion of him. Yet here I stand, sympathetic to a being who doesn't understand the meaning of the word. I sometimes question what kept me in the Hellmouth. Was I truly trapped there, or was I keeping myself there? Was it a self-imposed exile for a disastrous attempt of assassinating Crota? Was I a prisoner of my own making, doing a penance for my mistake? No. This can't be right. Tanyx is a lawless murderer, with no morals or ethics. There was a period, I am sure you recall, where it was assumed Cayde 6 had slain him. Yet he returned only to bring down Andal Brask in cold blood. Despicable. Who is Andal Brask? This is not me. I'm no murderer. I fight for something better alongside all the Guardians of the Light. This mission becomes more arduous by the day, but I am resolute in my cause. Let me get a drink. Regarding Gaul, my queen, the Red War was not so long ago. I wonder what's the time lapse between now and Destiny 1. The Red War was not so long ago. The Nightmare of Gaul is an unwelcome reminder of the slaughter we face. Many of us are still rebuilding after the atrocity committed by this murderous fiend. He orchestrated one of the greatest tragedy our people have endured when he tried to steal the Traveler for himself and harness its light, destroying our homes in the tower, massacring thousands of innocent in the process. Gaul's most odious transgression was not his attempt of theft of the Traveler, nor his part in the Speaker's death. Oh, okay, so he did kill the Speaker. Because I remember the Speaker got that badass line, but then something happened to him, but I wasn't sure. I don't remember if he died or not from that moment. But his profane, self-aggrandized fantasy that he would be chosen to receive the Traveler's light. It would amuse me to think that this brute, who excelled only at betrayal and subterfuge, will ever be worthy of Traveler's light, has his misguided campaign not led to so much senseless bloodshed. Light stands for self-sacrifice and devotion. Light is the hope of the peaceful, harmonious world. Gaul sought only power. He would never have been chosen for the light. I often wonder whether I was chosen or whether I made a choice in my journey through this life. Did fate make me, or did I make my own fate? I cannot say with great certainty, one way or other. I can only assert that I choose what I feel to be right in any given moment and hope I made the right choice. I was relieved when Gaul was defeated, by the might of the gardens and destroyed by the traveler's light. Oh yeah, didn't he get this disintegrate, this dissolved by the traveler? Because he was using the the traveler's ability. And then after he died, because he didn't have a ghost, he kind of just vaporized. As reaffirming, I spare no pity for Gaul, as he was a wretched creature who got what he deserved. His rage-fueled quest for power will not prove our greatest test. However, I dread whatever comes creeping out of the darkness next will dwarf the devastation of Gaul brought forth. We must steel ourselves for what lies in the pyramid. My queen, I find myself unexpectedly... Oh wait, regarding Zydron, Gatelord. This, I don't know. I feel, is this the Osiris one, you think? Because we had the Osiris one after the Red War, and then we had the War Mine. I didn't play those two, but I had bought them, so... Which kind of was a waste of money. Because I don't know why I bought the season pass when I didn't get to play it. Plus, they removed the story, so... I find myself unexpectedly... I forgot. Ephronizing with the Vex Gatelord. Find myself unexpectedly euphanizing with the Vex Gatelord. The machine's sole purpose lies in defending their realm. A noble and relatable cause. Yeah, that is pretty noble. Why did we kill it? I employ that the same sense of duty is what drives me in our crusade against the darkness, and allow me to preserve even when I feel pushed past my limit. Much as I do now, I will not lie to you, my queen. The very fabric of my mind feels twisted and fray. I have always sensed something inherently dark in regards to the Vex. Specifics eludes me for now, but I believe it warrants further scrutiny should we survive this ordeal. The ancient protector of the Black Gardens are rumored to contain code, not coordinates to a place, but a potential key to time itself. Perhaps we can harness the code and erase the horrors of the past. We could save ourselves from the suffering and pain we're being forced to confront. But then I feel like that would just be like, what's the word? Like an easy way out, you know? We wouldn't have learned anything, even though we lost so much. We also learned so much from what happened, and then we can do better going forward. But then I guess you could say if we go back and stop it, we can do better going forward. But maybe not for the generation that continues after us though. Like some might go do it and while others might not. Like even now, people still refuse to learn from history. Because like we're repeating some of the things that is being done from back then. And I feel like moving forward, we're not gonna like amount to much. Especially with this generation. But I guess only future can tell when that happens. It sounds weak to hope for something so impossible, but trying to reconcile the distress has caused a lesion that I fear will never heal. The past has come back to torment me. For those I love, I will make sacrifice, but will there be anything left of me afterward? Regarding the fanatics, my queen, I have now seen Fikro the fanatic. Oh, so this is the Forsaken, the Scorned Baron, brainwashed into subjugation by your brother. Wait. By your brother. Puppet and Aldrin. Game. Wait, is she talking to Mara? They known each other for that long? Because she would talk about her queen back then too. Oh wait, I don't know why. The Reef was in the base game of Destiny 1, right? It wasn't like, I don't know why. I thought it was in the Wolves, was it the Wolves Below? The House Below? No. The House of Wolves. I thought it was in the House of Wolves that we were introduced to the Reef, the Awoken, but it was before. Eris came to us from the Dark Below. So, she's probably talking about Mara. Honestly, I thought she was talking to a Hive Queen. Maybe because she has stuff to do with a Hive, so I assume. Brainwashed into subjugation by your brother, a puppet and Aldrin scheme to open a gateway to the Dreaming City. The appearance of his nightmare begs even bigger question. Why him? What is the pyramid implying? I often ruminate on the fallen. They are fascinating people. A once great society now reduced to wasted potential, destroyed by the darkness. Who can say what they might have achieved before their downward spiral into scavenging and piracy? So is it kind of like human from Halo, where they were once a prosperous like race of intellect, until they got reduced to a bunch of hillbilly cavemen because of the I forgot what they're called. By the Prometheans. No. By the Forerunners, yeah. Because we're the Prometheans, right? Because we returned to the soldiers. Yeah. So if we had went like the opposite direction, we could have became like the Fallens, kinda, if you think about it. But we went the other way, and well, the normal human society monkey way. And we were better about it. You know, it's kind of like a reference to like, well, I mean, it's a lot of cliches, honestly, where like when the heroes confronts an enemy and they're like similar, and it's like, this is what I could have been if I went down that route, or if I had made different choices, essentially. Is this to be my legacy too? Am I fated to fail upon to whims of darkness? Is that what the nightmares of Fingro represents? What choice am I left with? I have already been stripped of my light. It would be easy for darkness to take me if I let it. Do I dare? If we lose this coming battle, surely we're to suffer the same fate as the fallen, being cast aside aimlessly, gagging on our own lost hope and ideals. Regarding Crota, son of Vorax, my queen, the worst is upon us, I'm afraid. Struggling to control my emotion, my queen. But it is not fear that provokes me. Uncontrollable rage fills me as the nightmare of Crota returns to taunt me for my failure once again. I am always failing. The countless lives taken during the great disaster, my fire team, and my own lost humanity, they have all come rushing back. I am trying in vain to stop a waterfall with a tree branch. I am overwhelmed. I fail again. Come on, Eris. She has so much on her shoulders. She needs a friend, honestly. She needs a ghost. She needs a Dinklebot. Or a little light. Someone to keep her company, like, to comfort her. The closest thing she has to that is, I feel like, is Ikora. Because Ikora really cares about her. Well, I'm not sure about Zavala and the rest of them, but I feel like the Guardian probably care about her too. But I feel like we don't show it often, like we're not that vocal about our thoughts or opinions. Because honestly, my light bearer have only said like 4 lines, honestly. But I feel like Ikora really does deep down care about Eris, and she just wants what's best for her. Because she's like, well, if this what will comfort you, then Guardian, help her out, please. Like during that one cutscene. So I feel it would be cool if Eris gets a best friend, honestly. Someone that can chill with her. You know, that kind of be like a wholesome, warm my heart moment. Like, I feel like I know Ikora cares about her, but I feel like Ikora is, maybe she has a hard outer shell too, or maybe not. I feel like I don't know Ikora that well. No, I don't feel like she does talk about herself often and her feelings and things. She shares them with us. I don't know. I just know Eris needs a friend. The Eater of Hope lay waste to world after world in his pursuit of the Traveler. My friends, his sword stole their light. Their light. There was never a path to forgiveness for Crota. He had to be eradicated. The peace I felt learning of his demise at the hands of the Guardians was immeasurable. I took pleasure in his death. I relish in it. The darkness will win. I can sense it already. I swore I will go on. I can no longer swear on this, always failing. Relieve me. Regarding the pyramid, undelivered, deleted. Oh, she second thought herself. I am at loss. Never before have I felt so hopeless, so adrift, so tempted. Forgive me for my words. But I understand the allure of the darkness. It is quite a powerful sensation to feel so free of care. My fractured mind thrills at the prospect of recklessly abandoning hope. It's easier to give up, and it's harder to push on. I cannot say I didn't want it to take me. I was weak, I see this now. I may have faltered, but I endure. I do not mistake my weakness for betrayal. There are more pressing concerns. Deliver, reconstruction. Oh. She reloaded her draft. It's coming, my queen. It's coming for us. We have been manipulated. We are right where it wanted us. The darkness orchestrated its plan magnificently. The darkness were so impeccably calculated to draw us in, make us vulnerable, and leave us exposed. The darkness planned to use us. We are to do its bidding. I don't know how to stop it. I detect no fear on the part of our nemesis. We aren't even a concern. We pose no threat. The darkness needs a reason to fear our light, and I intend to provide it. I have been inside. I have nothing but beautiful and violent words for my report. I will meet you at your throne. Delivered. Ikora. After all that has transpired, I must share my findings with you. For you have remained steadfast in support of me where others lack faith. Having faced so many of the demons that haunted me, I finally feel a sense of closure on the horizon. Path is something that never truly goes away. It is something you live with, hoping it makes you stronger as you learn to cope. You cannot bury it, nor hide from it. There is power in acknowledging it. That is how we will win. Despair not, our purpose is good and true. I will not be weighted down in the dark by my past, my mistakes, or my trauma. Instead, I will use them, and they will lift me up into the light. Damn. That's Eris for you. In the sense, well, in a way, she reminds me of Eren, honestly. She, no matter what happens, there'll be some moments where she slows down and is burdened by all this weight of all this other stuff. Her feelings, her thoughts, her emotions, her trauma, the things that she thinks will come, the situation, everyone else around her will sometimes slow her down or cause her to stop for a bit, but she will, no matter what, she will keep pushing forward and move on. Man, this is really good. I love reading this. Although it's a lot to read for me, as you guys can see, I struggle a bit. So I found out that her queen is Ma herself. I don't know why, because Eris had stuff to do with the Hive, I kind of assume it's the Hive queen. Well, I guess not. So they've been keeping in touch with each other and Ikora. So, I don't know, Eris' story is so fascinating. Compared to the others, honestly. Well, compared to everyone else, like, she has, I mean, so far she feels like the only one that has a story. Well, no. I feel like Tolan has a story that can be told. And I forgot, is it the Traveler? No. The Stranger. I feel like we got time. We only got the tip of her story. But I feel like there's more, honestly. Because it feels so vague from her story saying, hey, there's darkness. It's coming. And that didn't really tell as much except for stuff we already know. The creeping darkness is already encroaching closer to us. While Eris' story is more like, feels more fleshed out than Shadowkeep itself, honestly. Makes me want to know more about Eris. But yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes going forward, and it's beyond light. And it looks like it's taking us to a new planet. I'm not sure if it's still going to do with Eris or if it's going to tie in with the Shadowkeep or the Pyramid, but I guess we'll see when we get there. But anyways, thanks for watching. Love you guys, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.